Hello, good evening. Welcome to today. My name is Kwabena. I want to share with you, you need pressure. You need pressure. A lot of people want a good life or a better life, but they hate life's pressure. There are natural processes of life that require pressure to get results and to get growth and multiplication. The pressure that was meant to develop you is not the pressure to destroy the results. The pressure to destroy is different from the pressure to bring the best out of you. So, for instance, if say you are a student and you are learning, you exert some bit of pressure, effort on you. You know, maybe if you were studying within the semester, if you were studying say 2 hours or 3 hours per day, when it gets to the exam, you multiply that maybe by 2 or by 3. Now, those long hours that you commit to your books, those are not to destroy you, because you want a better resource. So you put a lot of load on yourself so that you can get the results. That is a good pressure, because you see, it's bringing the best out of you. You are exerting a lot of load on you so that you can produce the results. But if a student is stricken by say disease at the time of the exam, that he was not able to write the exam, that was pressure that was not needed, because it affected the results. You know, so the pressure that you need, or the pressure that is required in this life, is meant to get the best out of you. And so some people in this life say that, oh, me, I don't want pressure on me, pressure cry. There is pressure that is really needed to get the best out of you, because the human is designed to give results under pressure. And that kind of results, that the pressure that brings in the best result, that pressure is never meant to destroy you or to destroy the results. So you need to know the difference between the pressure that is exerted on you to get the best of you, to get the best of your craft, to get the best of your knowledge, to get the best of results, and the pressure that was meant to destroy you and was meant to get not you to get the results. So they are different. Okay, so when people say I don't want pressure, you should be able to separate the two. A lot of the pressure that people talk of are the kind that is supposed to make them better. You know, so maybe you are working somewhere, and they are trying to double the work. They are trying to double your responsibility. Some people will say, no, I don't want any pressure. I don't want any controversy. I don't want any disagreement with a lot of people. So let me stay where I am. That is not the kind of pressure you don't want. That is the kind of pressure you want, because that kind of pressure requires you to get more responsible so that you can get more results and more growth and more multiplication. And so I'm talking about pressure. You need that pressure. You need the pressure of life, that which brings the best out of you. So a lot of people want good life, better life, but they don't want pressure, and they are not able to separate the pressure that destroys them and the pressure that makes them better. You know, there are natural processes of life that require pressure to get results, to get growth, and there are pressure, or there is pressure that is meant to take your life, to destroy you, to destroy the results that you want. That is not the kind of pressure I'm talking of. I'm talking of the pressure that makes you more responsible, that makes you more refined, that makes you more attentive, because maybe sometimes you were sleeping, you know. So the pressure to build you up, to get you better place, is not that pressure that destroys you. It's not that pressure that destroys you. The pressure that is meant to destroy you it comes for you. It may want to terminate your life. It may want to terminate the results that you set your life to do. So we are talking of pressure. People don't like pressure. They don't like difficult moments. They don't like tough moments. That's why when you go to a lot of religious organizations, you see people coming there to pray away the pressure. They don't want difficulties of life. You know, I finished school for 5 years, I don't have a job. That is pressure. So they believe that something somewhere has come against them. You know, so that situation, I think that it may not be the pressure that was meant to destroy you. It was a pressure that is exerted on you so that you can be upbeat and think the more or the better. The pressure that can destroy you is not the same as the pressure that refines you. There's difference. The gold needs fire to be refined. But if you put the same fire on, say, on a foam, that foam will destroy. So the kind of fire that will not destroy you is the fire that your capacity is built to handle. And so if you put the same fire that is refining the gold to, say, a fire to the foam or a cloth or something, it will destroy the cloth. That is not the fire that I'm talking of. So every one of us, there is a certain amount of pressure that we can carry. And that pressure is supposed to bring the best out of you. So the pressure that was meant to kill you, to destroy you, to burn you, usually you don't even get to that pressure. So a lot of people, what we run away from is really the pressure that is meant to refine us, that is meant to get us better at life. You know, the pressure, it is a belief system that people have. And a lot of people don't want worry in life, don't want difficult moments in life, don't want challenges in life at all. Yet they want to get better at life. And it's amazing that if you don't want trouble, it's like the gold that they want to refine to get it pure. And that gold is saying that I don't want fire at all, so just leave me as I am. And that gold still wants to be refined gold, gold that people you see and you can't take your eye off. It's not possible. And you see that gold, the fire that they put on that gold does not destroy that fire, because the substance, the gold, is meant to withstand that fire. The fire or the pressure only burns the chaff, the things that were not necessary in the gold. So the pressure of life, all of us, the pressure that you are complaining of, is actually needed to burn the chaff out of you, so that you can bright, you can become more pure, so that you can get more results, you can grow, you can become the better at what you do. And so don't run away from what they call pressure, and still hope that you become better and get better life and get results. The moment you get to understand that pressure is part of life, whether it's the personal pressure, whether it's the business pressure, whether it's the marriage, whether it's the project, whatever that you call pressure, none of it usually is meant to destroy you. It's just meant to make you more responsible. So what we call pressure is really just a part of the process that to get you built up the better. And so most people who complain a lot of me, I don't want pressure, I don't want trouble, me, I want Bangkok, those kind of things. Those people have misunderstanding of life and how life becomes better. At the personal level, at the business level, at anything, in the relationships, anything. Because there's a lot of chaff in all of us. There's chaff in all of us. Okay, so that which refines us is the pressure that comes from life. So it's a myth to believe that your life will get better or you get somewhere without any pressure being applied to your life. Okay, so you can just relax at a certain stage, but the next minute that you want to get to the next step, to the next stage of your life, you will need a certain kind of pressure. And usually, you just have to create that pressure consciously, or somebody else would have to create it for you to move to the next stage. So a better life is possible because you have the conviction to pursue it. And the moment you decide to pursue life, life will give it back to you, will react with pressure. So what people call pressure of life, people call some things pressure because they tend to believe that they can get better without getting into any difficulty, into any challenges, into any tough moments at all. And so things will just happen. They will just get to multiply their salary. They'll just get to multiply the revenue of the business. They will just grow the business. They will just get the family to grow from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 without any pressure, because they have confused the pressure that is supposed to make you more responsible and grow and take the chaff out of you, and the pressure that is meant to destroy you. And for me, usually the pressure that is meant to destroy you and destroy the results and destroy the growth, I think that they are very much few in life. They are very much few in life. The pressure that is meant to get you the results is the pressure that we all go through in this life. You know, so gold goes through the refinery process to become pure. So you become organized, you become more honest, you become a better person, you get a better understanding of life when the pressure is applied to you. And usually the pressure came and you felt it because maybe it was an error that you made, or it's because you were much more comfortable at a certain stage. You know, so the moment you made that decision to move forward, or the moment somebody pushed you, you saw that a lot of bad things were coming at you. And if you look at it, when the bad things happen in life, usually they are not meant to destroy you anyway, but when they happen in life, you get to be more retrospective, so to say. You get to be more honest. You get to get back and look at yourself and look at what you are able to do and what you are not able to do. But until when you met the problems of life, the pressure is really a problem, or challenges or tough moments, you didn't have a certain understanding of yourself. So when the pressure, when they opened the pressure and it was coming at you from every corner, whether it's a financial one, whether it's the business one, the marriage, the project, the job, the position, all the things that were thrown or were coming at you that you felt you were not able to handle. At a point, you see that they made you to look at yourself again. You became more honest in your dealings. Maybe before you were just much more, you just don't care until you met those challenges, and then you started to become more careful, more organized. You were able to look at things more carefully before you will make a decision. Why? Because of the pressure that came, and that made you a better person. You know, so you become more honest, and you tend to become more organized, and you tend to have a better meaning of life, just because now you have a difficult situation that you have had to handle. You know, so the pressure really is a refinery process for life, and we get to get the quality of you because the pressure came. So materials are strategically sent through processes to become pure and refined, and so is life. People are sent through processes, sent through difficulties in life, and the best of pressure is the one that you strategically created, not the one that you were there and it so happened to you. Sometimes those can sweep you out of your feet, but sometimes you can create pressure for yourself. You know that, okay, you know that you are creating this pressure for yourself. You know, maybe you are just a single man, you are enjoying your life, and then decided to go and marry. That is a strategic pressure that you have created for yourself. Strategic. You want to be more responsible. The pressure from that relationship, from that marriage, is not supposed to destroy you. It's supposed to make you better. It's supposed to get more resources. It's supposed to, multiply your results and your effectiveness. It's not supposed to destroy you. So maybe when you get a child out of that relationship, that you have also added another pressure of life to it. Maybe just around the same time you want to start a business or you want to change a job. Those are all efforts that you are making to get better life. So those are strategic pressure that you are putting on yourself, and those should not be the pressure that destroy you. So you start a business, the same. It creates a certain level of pressure for your life. It distorts everything that you know. It disrupts everything that you knew before. It's strategic to just get you to the next stage. They should not destroy you. And so I think that a lot of the things that people call pressure are just things that are made they're supposed to make us more responsible and more perspective and a bit more honest and a bit more skilled in handling the affairs of life, in handling the situations that we go through. So the best of pressure is not just those which you allow life to throw at you, but the ones that you create by yourself. And usually people become disadvantaged or a bit more despondent when they were not prepared for this kind of change, for this kind of pressure, for this kind of responsibility. And that's why people complain, because they like the life that they were living at the level that they were. But you should always be prepared. You should be prepared for a shift, for the next level of pressure that is going to come at you. Sometimes you will not be prepared at all, and then somebody else throws anything at you and it disrupts everything that you know. But still, usually they are not meant to destroy you. They are just meant to bring the best out of you. Even when your enemies are creating, the people who supposedly or maybe call themselves enemy, and they are trying to create a lot of things to destroy you, to cut your life and to maybe kill you or something like that. Even those kind of experiences or those kind of scenarios, you still get to learn a lot. You still get to see the better side of you. You still get to see your strength, even though those, they're meant to destroy you. But sometimes a lot of people become more upbeat of life, become more responsive of life, become more productive, just because somebody tried to take them out, somebody tried to take that business from you, somebody tried to destroy that relationship that you have. Maybe that debt made you more now responsible and you improve your financial knowledge. You know, those things. Even though some of them you thought were meant to destroy you, usually they were not meant to destroy you at all. They were just meant to get the best out of you. So it's for the lazy man to think that the pressure of life, they can expect the good of life and not expect the pressure of life. It's never, it doesn't work. The gold can never expect to be refined and not take the fire. It's never true. You see, if you look at say in food processing, they call something pasteurization. They apply a lot of heat to the food, element, so that they can expand the life, the shelf life. They process it so that they can expand the shelf life of that product. So like the tomato and things like that. They can only do that when they put the pressure. The pasteurization is actually heat. When you put the pressure on it, you're able to lengthen the life of that product. So the pressure brings the best out of you. It makes you quality. It makes you stay longer. It builds your muscle. So you need the pressure of life, and usually that pressure is not supposed to burn you. If it burnt you, it means that that pressure and your substance were not meant to be to meet at all. So you are not going to refine, say, maybe the processes that they use to refine, say, paracetamol. There's a certain level of temperature they will allow. Beyond a certain limit, it will destroy it. That's not the pressure that usually people get to have. Your life is really, the pressure is created according to the life that you are trying to live and according to the milestones that you set for yourself. So say the pressure that maybe the CEO of the economy of the organization is handling, it's not the same pressure that maybe a middle manager is handling. So the middle manager will not have the capacity to create that pressure of the CEO. So we all create that pressure according to our level. And so that is my conviction, that no pressure is meant to kill you or to destroy you. They are just meant to make you more responsible and to become more perspective in the way you look at life. So the lazy man is the one who is fighting the pressure, and at the same time he wants a better life for himself, and they don't meet. They want something that they have never applied in the first place. So the things, so some pressure, they come like death, separation, painful moments. Some of this pressure, they come to make you better. The results that is meant to improve is because the pressure was applied. So you cannot expect different results without getting to the next level of pressure. You're going to get the same level of results with the same application of pressure. The next results will come when you double the input. And when you double the input, actually it means that you are doubling the responsibilities, the effort, the inputs. And once you're doubling those, they will take a lot from you. They will take your time, they take your energy, you think more, you plan more, you have to handle more because you want more results. So people who have conditioned themselves to say that me, I don't want. Some people are in organizations. Whenever there is any opposition, they what is it? Position or opportunity, they don't want to be talked about. They don't want controversy. They don't want anything at all. And yes, they so wish that they want to become better. It does not. So when there's an opening and it comes a lot of responsibilities, it comes with a lot of pressure, because when you take that position, maybe before they will not call you after 7. Now you have that responsibility. They will call you after 10, after 12, and you can't complain that me, I'm sleepy. Why are you calling me? If the business was just one project and you had maybe 10 workers, maybe by 7 o'clock nobody calls you. Now you have 10 projects. So presumably, let's say you have 100 workers. Those are pressure that you have created for yourself. They come with growth, but you have created pressure. So if you don't want the 10 projects, then you don't go. If you don't want the 10 projects, then you're not ready for the results that the 10 projects will come, because the 10 projects will increase your business. But what you did not maybe look at is that the 10 projects are automatically going to increase the pressure that will come on everything that you're doing, on your finances, on your resources, on your expertise, on your strategy, everything. So the pressure is what brings the growth, that refines you. So look for the pressure. If your life is actually boring, if there's no growth, and there's not going to be growth without application of the pressure. So when you are in the pressure moment, what you have to look for is that you look forward, look at the results, you think far. You don't, especially when you are in, you see that there is one pressure that is just part of the process to get the results, and there's another pressure that is difficult moment. That is, if you don't solve it, you're going down, you're going to you're going into the debt. There's some pressure that if you don't solve, or there are some problems that if you don't solve, they don't really bring you down. You may not go up, but they don't bring you down. Now, if it's something that is so critical for your survival, and you are in the moment of those things, look forward, think ahead, because there were moments in your life, in history, that you endured those things. So in the middle of difficulties, in the middle of what you call pressure, that is trying to destroy and take your life, and that is trying to destroy the results that you want, the better life that you want, the growth that you want, the multiplication that you want. In the middle of that, look forward. Don't become desperate. Don't become desperate when there are difficult moments. Don't sit down, keep your composure, plan, and see the strategy that you can use to live above that and get the results. In the pressure, keep calm and keep collected. People lose their mind when everything is being thrown at them, and that is for the immature. The mature, when there is pressure, they are stable. They are stable. So when there's pressure, whatever, whether it's at the personal level, at the business level, at the family level, whatever it is, when they have given you responsibility and you didn't expect all this disagreement from the team, you didn't expect all these errors from everywhere, you didn't expect the cash flow issues, you didn't expect everything. In the middle of that, keep collected, keep calm, think, because if you are hysterical, the pressure will over you. You will lose the battle. Okay, so when you are in the middle of anything, when the people are talking bad at you, when they are trying to create a lot of confusion, keep calm. Just know that you can handle the situation. Have that confidence in yourself, because that confidence is what is going to make you see the advantages of the pressure. Maybe you thought those people were with you, and then when you started the whole thing, you got into the middle, problems came, and everybody, they didn't even just go away, they tend to become the enemy, to fight you. In the middle of that, keep your perspective, keep your composure, keep your head up, and plan, get a strategy, talk to people, look for solution, but don't lose the fight under pressure to emotions. Don't become emotional trying to solve the whole situation. It will destroy you. And when you become emotional and you become, so to say, hysterical, when you feel like you feel like you become personal, you become pain, you become like, why could you just leave me? Why could you just attack me like that? When you see the pressure as personal and everything, you will lose the battle. you will lose the battle. So when you're in the middle of something that you call pressure, keep your head up and tell yourself that this is a stage that is just get to bring the best out of me. So I'm going to have a plan, and you are not going to attack individuals on that. Just keep your composure and look at what results that you can bring, because that pressure is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to bring the best out of you. So can you assume that they are processing the gold and he said that no, the fire is too much, so the gold wants to run away? It doesn't happen like that, you know. And so when the woman is carrying the baby and in the middle of it there are difficulties, and the woman says no, you have to just take this baby which is 3 months out because the pressure is too much on my body. No, she keeps it in perspective. She looks at when the baby is delivered and the joy that will come with it. Probably she has gone to see the doctor and the baby is a girl or a boy, you know, those things. And the joy of them having a baby keeps them in composure. And so when everybody is throwing the thing at you, when what you call pressure is coming at you so much, don't lose the fight. Keep your composure. Tell yourself that I'm able to handle this. Look at what you endured in the past and in similar situations. Look at that and how you kept yourself. You become better if you can channel the pressure to get the productive, to increase the productivity, to increase the results. And that is the essence. The pressure is just meant to diminish the results, that pressure that you don't want, or to diminish your influence. Just channel that to make sure that the results is multiplied or is increased. Don't turn the pressure from difficult moments to destroy your health and your relationship. When you are in the middle of a difficult situation, whether it's a business situation, whether it's a financial situation, whatever it is, don't let that pressure destroy your lifestyle in terms of your health or in terms of the people who mean a lot to you. You see, some people, when they are going through pressure, say business pressure, business problems, or whatever that you do that you see that there's pressure, don't let that take the health that you have. You still have to keep your health. Be conscious of the rest that you need. Be conscious of the food that you need. Be conscious of the things that you need to keep you in good health. Because without you being healthy, the pressure will destroy everything. And don't destroy your relationships because you have pressure. So let's say you have difficulties in your business. There's a tendency to carry that in the family, on the children, on your friends. Don't block the pressure and separate those from the relationship. You should be able to do that, because that is what is really the focus of the pressure, is to make you a better person. So channel it well. Don't just become hysterical and destroy yourself because the pressure is coming too much. Some people start to drink, some people start to become anything because of the pressure. There's natural tendency for all of us to dissipate the pressure, so to say. You want to turn the valve so that the pressure can go, but that should not destroy your health. That should not destroy your relationship. That you should not become isolated and alone because you have difficult moments. Still keep open to your relationships and keep your head up, because the pressure is actually supposed to build you to become a better person. It's not supposed to destroy you. So don't take the pressure to your children just because there are difficulties in the business, there are difficulties in the family. The children should be safe, you should be safe, your family should be safe. Deal with the pressure as a man, as a woman, because that is life. Life comes with pressure, and the beauty of life is that the pressure makes the victory more enjoyable and more sweet. It makes it sweeter because of the pressure that you endure. You see, one of the things that made probably some of the politicians enjoy the victory that they win so much is because of the pain, the hindrances, the challenges that came before they got the victory in the elections. So when they endured that, when they endured all those pressures and they got the victory was so sweet. Why? Because of what they put up with. And so don't just let the pressure destroy you, because the pressure is supposed to make you a better person. A better person. You become more perspective, you get a different meaning of life. The pressure even improves the quality of the relationships you have. Because when you are under pressure, when you are under difficulties, when everything is not working, that's why you see those who are even for you and those who are not really for you. So don't get destroyed because of the pressure, because you are not going to go to the next stage without the pressure. Even the ones that you call the enemy that you want to kill. They are meant to make you better. I don't think that Christ would have resurrected if the enemy did not try to take his life, So the same, you are not going to get the victory if you don't endure that which you call is the difficulty from the enemy. So some people exaggerate the pressure that they go through in life too much because of their understanding of life and because of lack of understanding of what they call sufferings of life. Because sufferings of life really just the pressure to make you better, to make you use your brains, to make you use your gifts, to make you use your assets. That is what those things are supposed to mean. So if you finish college and you don't have a job, yes, that is pressure for you. Now you're supposed to think and create something out of that. And a lot of people have started a lot of big things just because they were hit against the wall and they had no option but to do something for themselves. And that became a business that they built. And usually without that one, they probably would never have had a business. Some people got through life, lost everybody who was important to them, and out of it, they were able to build something significant out of that. So the pressure is not supposed to kill you. The pressure is supposed to make the best out of you. And your strength is proving when there's pressure. And so when you give up under the pressure, it means that your strength was weak. It means that you didn't understand the meaning of pressure in the first place. Life is full of that. All people who achieve anything, they understand that life at any point in time, there will be pressure. And if you want to get to that, that's why people who are always looking for, what is English? They are looking for comfort. They don't want challenge. They don't want trouble. Those people never go up in anything. If you look through your friends, you look through your family, look through anything that you have any people that you've encountered. The people who never handled any challenges, any difficulties, they never improve at anything at all. Why? Because for you to get to the next stage, you have got to have the strength to handle the next stage. And how do you know that you have the strength to handle the next stage? It's the test of the pressure that you pass, without losing your head, without losing your focus, without losing anything that you have. So we are talking about pressure, and my argument is that you need a pressure. There is pressure that is supposed to destroy, and there's pressure that is supposed to bring the best out of you. The gold that they are refining, they put the fire there, but it does not destroy the gold, because the gold is meant to endure the pressure, to endure the heat. If you put another material there, maybe if you put, say, the cloth there, the cloth will destroy, because the cloth composition is not meant to endure that kind of heat. And my proposition is that in life, all of us get to endure the level of pressure that we need to get to the next stage. The pressure that you are taking, or what you call pressure, is really meant to lift you to the next stage. The other person who has gone higher than you is not enduring the same kind of pressure. He has another pressure that will put him to the next stage. So the kind of pressure that you are dealing with is the pressure that you need. So it's not so you don't have to think that this pressure is supposed to kill me. It's just supposed to get you to the next stage. And if you have misunderstanding of that, you see that life becomes painful, because you think that you will get to the next stage without any difficulty, any tough moment, any challenges, and that is really a fallacy. It is not true. If you are going to get better at anything, you are going to endure pressure and prove yourself. So build your confidence, because you need it in the times where the pressure is on. And the pressure can come in any form. They come in with people getting separated from you, with the project failing, with the finances going badly. Sometimes it can be your health. Anything that people have to endure in this life can be pressure. It can be pressure, and you just have to know that in the middle of the pressure, you keep your composure. You keep your composure. The story improves when you're able to understand what the pressure was meant in the first place. And pressure is part of life. The area of your life that brings the pressure, that's where you need more improvement. Every one of us, there's some part of your life that there's more pressure than the others. And because there's more pressure than the others, and you think that you're getting more resource, it means that the pressure there, that area needs more knowledge, more understanding, more skill development. That's why you seem to get in a lot of problems at that side sometimes. So the pressure is not meant to destroy you. The pressure is meant to make you more developed, more qualified. It makes you more better in terms of your character. You become more honest because of the pressure. Because sometimes I think that a lot of things that people start to do with their life, they start with just about green exposure, so to say. It's not refined. And so once you start, then you turn the things loose. You are supposed to go through the process to get refined in your mind, in your scale, in everything. And that we term as pressure. And a lot of people, when you give them something, they say, I have a friend that I give a job to. He say, no, me, I can't endure your pressure, so give it to another person. So he's very comfortable with the things that he thinks he can handle. And for me, I will not want, it will be amazing for me to see that person is able to build a big business, because he doesn't want pressure. So he will not be able to go to the next stage of his life. He will not be able to go to grow the business, because he doesn't want pressure. And the thing is that if you're not growing, you're dying. There's nothing that is stagnant, really. So if he's not welcoming the pressure to get better, it means that he's losing whatever he has done, because life is in constant change. So the thing that you have got to do to leverage the efforts that you have put in anything is to go for growth. Grow. If you don't go for the growth, all the sacrifices that you have made in the past will waste, because if you stay where you are, natural forces will diminish all the efforts that you have had. That's why when you keep money as it is, inflation will destroy it. So at least if you want to grow the money, it means that you have got to at least have returns which is far better, or a little bit better than inflation. So no money really stays as it is. That is the same as life. No life stays as it is. It's either you're going for increase or you're dying. And the pressure is what helps you to go for the increase. So if you don't want the pressure, what you mean is that you are dying. You are going to die. The business is going to fail. The family is going to fail. The relationship is going to break, because you don't want the pressure. And life is in constant process of growth. That's why you are not the same since last year. You're growing. And that's why the more you are growing, the more you're able to endure some things that the physical world throws at your body. So the child, which is 2 months, if the child is not growing, the child will not be able to endure the things that life throws at the child. So the pressure is really important, because it's for your survival. Actually, it's for your growth, it's for your existence. So if you don't want the pressure, it means that you're opting for the death of your vision, of your life, of everything that is concerned, everything that is connected to you. So a lot of people want good life, but they don't want pressure. It's not realistic. You want a good life, you must as well welcome the pressure that comes with it. It's as simple as that. So you want the business to grow, welcome the pressure that comes with it. Get the strategy, because the pressure will come the moment you decide to get better at anything at all. The moment you decide to go for any position, the pressure will come. You are not the only person in this life. The moment you start to go for that project, some people will come up and they will also need that project. The moment you decide to do anything at all, people will fight you. That is part of life. Things may not work as you want, and that's the pressure. And that you're able to get to solve them because you are becoming better, and that's the essence of the pressure. So there are natural processes that require pressure to get the results and multiplication. The woman who is pregnant cannot say that I don't want the hormonal changes, I don't want the physical changes in my body, but I want the baby. It does not happen like that. You say that you want to grow from adolescence to whichever stage, and you don't want the changes and the discomfort that comes with growth. It doesn't happen. So growth comes with pressure, comes with discomfort. So if you want to grow in this life, you have to recondition your mind, or condition your mind that will require pressure. So you want the position, you want the position of the CEO in the business. That position comes with a lot of heat. So if you don't want, and that also help you to grow. And if you are growth conscious, if you are ambitious and you want to get better all the time, then you condition your mind that the pressure will always come. The pressure will always come. So without the pressure, there is no growth, and without growth, what you have built will not endure. It will fade. It will diminish. It will go away. It will die. So the pressure to build. The pressure is supposed to build people up, and not to destroy. Much of the pressure that people enjoy in this life is not meant to destroy anybody. So when you are in the middle of the pressure, don't exaggerate. You are not the only one going through pressure. Everyone goes through that. Everyone goes through that one way or the other. Those who want to grow, those who want a better life. The moment you change your address, the moment you change anything of your life, expect some bit of pressure. And the pressure, understand that is not meant to destroy you. So humans don't like pressure. They don't want difficulties. They want tough moments, but they want the glory. It doesn't happen like that. The pressure can only destroy you if you think it's supposed to destroy you. It's not meant to destroy you at all. It's supposed just to make you better. And the way you think of it will make you see whether it's really destroying or it's not, or if it's really destructive or it's not destructive. And pressure is not really destructive. It's the belief system of pressure that is destructive. It's not the pressure itself. The pressure is just a process to get the best out of you. Okay? The moment you get to understand that the pressure is part of life, and it comes, you're actually ready for anything that you start to do, you stage to do, you're ready for what they call pressure that comes out of it. You just finished SSS, you want to go to university, you want to get a degree. Just be open, that is pressure. You know, you finish that, you want to go away, that is pressure. You have finished this stage of your life, you want this, that is pressure. So it's just part of life, and it makes life more enjoyable and makes life more interesting. So if you are the kind of people who are going everywhere praying to get the pressure out of their life, you just have a lot of things not really set in your mind. Not really set in your mind, because a lot of the problems that people deal with, a lot of these problems can be solved with just problem solving skills. A lot of them are just things that people exaggerate a lot, whether it's money problems, marital problems, business problems. A lot of them are just issues that you can solve if you get better knowledge and better understanding at what you do. You know, but a lot of people turn the pressure into what they call curse, and they blame a lot of demons for it. And for me, that's why people get a lot of their time wasted and destroyed, because they are trying to solve a lot of the... Can you imagine that, what is it? You're building a house. It's pressure, because, you know, workers will come, everywhere will come. And then you say that, no, I don't need any work, I want to pray that the house will just happen. That's not true. Just that you just need some physical solutions to build a house. Same. A lot of the life issues that people go through that they call pressure is actually that they are unskilled to solve those problems. And so you will get somebody to tell you that your family is cursed, that's why you have financial problems. your grandmother is a demon, that's why you have marital problems. The business is not working because of this, because it's not true. A lot of those things, don't believe them. They are not true. They are not true. You look at your knowledge level of where you have the problem, and look if it's that kind of knowledge that can get results. A lot of it is not demon. A lot of it is not, so to say, spiritual. Just physical solutions that you don't have. That's why you have the problems. You know, so people can waste a lot of their resources, the little resources that they have, in the moment that they have the pressure, because of misunderstanding. You have business difficulties, yes. Have you sat down to look at it? Look at the structure that you are using, look at the level of your expertise, look at the economy, look at even the kind of business you're doing, whether you understand it or not. And then you get somebody to tell you that, oh, there's a demon somewhere, that's why you're not succeeding, so come that he will pray for you. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. A lot of things in this life. If you look at your health, look at the food that you eat, look at the air that you breathe, look at where you live. A lot of your health is based on that. A lot of people's health is based on that. You eat a lot, no jogging, no nothing, and if you have health problems, you are saying that there's your grandfather or your stepmother is doing it. It's not true. Just because your health knowledge is weak. You know, so there's a lot that go wrong, just because you don't have the right knowledge and the right skill to solve them. And then you get another person to say that there's demon, there's somewhere, you know, those kind of things. There was a time that they were praying for a Kosomo to get water. A lot of things can be solved with scientific thinking and with proper foresight. The dam was built for a certain population. Now the population has increased, technology has increased, we have not solved a lot of things, and then we go there to pray for God to give us water. You know, that's how, and it's an example that I'm just saying, and people translate that to their personal lives, to their business lives all the time. All the time, because they, you know, everything that they don't understand is demon, is spiritual, is something. A lot of it is just the base, and the base is that we don't have the right knowledge to deal with the difficulty, with the pressure, with the problems. You know, so when a lot of things in your personal life, you didn't pass the exam, it's likely that you didn't study well, that's you didn't pass. You know, the questions that you studied didn't come, that's why you didn't pass. There's no demon anyway. So go and study again and pass the exam. If the business is not working, there's no demon anyway. It means that our skill is weak, or we are in the wrong business, or the economy we did not understand, or our team is wrong, or we are not providing the right leadership, you know, or we don't understand the systems of the business, or we don't understand, we have the wrong partner, or we don't understand money. There are a lot of things that we don't understand. That's why the business is not working. There's no demon anyway that is trying to change your business. The demons are trying to find another thing, not you, not your business. So I think that the pressure is exaggerated because of misunderstanding of what causes the pressure and what is needed to change it. And a lot of people, instead of them sitting back to know the benefit of that which comes out of the pressure, and the pressure is supposed to make you a bit more strategic in thinking, a bit more honest in terms of looking at the situation and see where the pressure is coming from, you become more better perspective in terms of how you look at the issue, the pressure that is not, the problem that you're not able to solve. This is it. You look for the tools to solve it, than trying to blame another scenario, another situation for the problems that you have. So I am of the belief that a lot of the things, I'm not saying that some things don't go beyond thinking and don't go beyond the physical realm. A lot of things go beyond this physical realm, but a lot of things have been achieved by men who just had physical solutions and who understood the problems, and they stay committed to solve them. You know, so don't just be the kind of person when there's pressure, instead of you sitting down to look at the situation, you just hysterical, looking around and becoming emotional and becoming, in quote, spiritual, trying to look at who to blame on the devil and all those. No, a lot of it is not the devil. A lot of it is our unskilled attitude, our lack of knowledge, our lack of understanding of pressure, and our lack of understanding of the level of the weight that we can take at a time. You know, those things. So it's a myth to believe that life will get better or become somewhere when you fight to keep comfort. You fight to keep the situation as it is. Your life is not going to increase that much. You know, the people call pressure, they tend to believe that the pressure is meant to destroy them. It's not meant to destroy you at all. It's meant to get the best out of you. So when you start anything at all, any project at all, personal, business, family, country, whatever it is, expect that there will be pressure somewhere. And when the pressure comes, they just come to upgrade the skill that you need to make sure that the results will come. You know, but the moment you cease to think and you start to blame all the other situations, you will never, the pressure will not go away. When you start to look for water and you start to look for oil, you start to look for somebody to pray for you, the pressure will not go away. The pressure will stay with you, because when it comes to getting better with your life, especially in this life, it's a matter of responsibility. And responsibility is how you handle pressure. And there is no growth without responsibility. There is no increase without responsibility. There's no increase without pressure as well. So it's not just prayer. Even if they pray for the situation to handle, how are you going to keep it at that new stage? You still need skill to handle that. You know, so if you are worth 500 Ghana cedis, the moment you get 1,000, that creates different pressure, which means you need different knowledge to handle the 1,000 cedis. You know, and somebody else has 100,000. That person is able to take more pressure than the one who's taking the 1,000 financially. That's why he's able to grow the 100,000 to the 200,000 to the 300,000, and you still struggling to grow the 1,000 to 2,000. Why? Because of the amount of pressure that we all get to handle at every stage of our lives. So it's not a lot of it is within our capacity. A lot of it, the Africans seem to spiritualize a lot of things, and that's why the development is still dragging. A lot of things are just strategy and innovation and technology and systems and structure and management. A lot of this in this life are like that. A lot of things in this life are like that. But if you don't take care, people will make you believe that a lot of things are beyond you and they are with God. Somebody wants to start a business and says, I'm waiting for the Holy Ghost to tell me when to start. When you want to eat, do you wait for the Holy Ghost? You just eat. When you want to go to sleep, do you wait for the Holy Ghost? You sleep. Business is like that. You may have heard some idea somewhere, maybe it's from the Holy Ghost, but you just have to move. The farmer is not waiting for the Spirit to sow seed. The farmer is waiting for the water, and then he sows the seed. So and people do that because they don't want pressure, and they capitalize on the pressure to control you. People who are trying to control you will capitalize on the problems that you meet, the pressure that you meet, to say that you should have listened to us. You didn't need to go through this problem. That is why we told you that wait. When we give you the green ahead, the go ahead, you go. They are just trying to control you, so you'll be a puppet all your life, because they also meet pressure. So if they were so much accurate, why do they also have problems? Because there's no human without problems, Yet you are waiting for somebody else to always tell you what to do, when to move, when not to move, so that you don't get problem. And when you get problem, then it means that you were stubborn, you didn't listen to that person. That is a lie, because that person, if that person were accurate, then that person will not have problem at all in this life. And a lot of them have their own challenges they're dealing with, because that is life. And so for you to build your own capacity to go to the next stage, never be worried about the pressure that will come because of the decision that you make. Because they build you. So go for it. Go for the pressure. Take advantage of it. Because everyone who is trying to build anything in this life is ready for the pressure. You want to become a president of a nation, you don't want insult. Why are you there? You want to become the headmaster of the school, and you don't want anybody to insult you. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. They will insult you. They will lie on you. They will lie on you. Sometimes they will even try to kill you. Sometimes they will come against you. Because what? Because you want better results, and better results comes with the pressure. So anything at all that you want to set to do, the same. So don't let another man use the foreseeable problems that come to control you and to reduce your humanity and take the dignity from you. And that's why I see a lot of people do, especially to businesswomen, especially, or to businessmen, business people, so to say. Because business is full of problems and challenges and pressure, they are always going to consult somebody, some medium somewhere, so that they will not meet the pressure. No. Even the top business people, the businessmen who are controlling billions, they are always solving problems. This is part of the game. It's life. Okay, so the earlier you condition yourself to believe that the pressure is responsible for the growth, for the multiplication, for the advantages that will come, the better, so that you master the art of dealing with the pressure. You master the art, you master it, you go with it, you grow with it. You grow. You may not master a particular situation because they come all the time and they come in different form, but at least you have convinced yourself that the pressure will come at every point that you want to go to the next stage, the next level. The pressure will come. So don't let the bad situation cripple you. Take advantage of it, because they are supposed to bring the best out of you, So when you are in the middle of the pressure, keep your head, think far, see far, strategize. Keep your calmness. Don't go everywhere trying to panic and dissipate money. Any situation that creates pressure for you, look for the solution, but don't lose your peace. Don't lose your peace. You're married and you don't have a child and you're going to every malam. Why? Those are the things that people deal with anyway. People deal with that, and I don't think that just because you need a child, you should just do everything, anything, anyway. You go to any spiritual place just because you need a child. And some people have 4 children and they don't even know what to do with them. So keep your head up. If your business is meeting troubles, if your job place there are troubles, don't lose yourself. Keep yourself up, and don't just go and cut corners and compromise on your values and the things that you know to be true and honest just because you're under pressure. Because the pressure actually is supposed to make you a truthful and more honest person, a better person. So if you return to the errors, then you defeat the essence of the pressure in the first place. The essence of the pressure in the first place. So look at what you have endured in the past and convince yourself that if you become better, the situation will change. And you become better by you improving, developing your skills, developing your knowledge. And don't turn the pressure moment to destroy your life and to destroy your relationship, to destroy that which you have built. Don't turn it. Some people, when they're in tough moments, they try to cut everybody, destroy everything. They get to drinking. One of the reasons that people drink in this life is because of what? They are not comfortable with the sufferings of life. So they want to drink their problems away. And in so doing, they destroy the system, the body. A lot of the problems a lot of the addictions that people have is because of what? The fear of the suffering or the pain that comes from the pressure or the suffering. So we are not able to deal with the pressure. Therefore, we want to forget the pressure. There is marital problems. Therefore, the guy is drinking every day. He's afraid of the pressure. Instead of him developing his knowledge, developing his skills, trying to see what he can do to solve the problem, he's rather drinking. So the problem multiplies. Destroys everything. They have taken the business from you, and so now you instead of you sitting down strategizing, you say, okay, so what can I do now? All the things that I learned from the first business, what can I use it to build another one? They have taken it from you, so go and get another one. They have taken the project from you, so go and get another one. They have fired you from the job. That's the pressure now. That's not the time to drink and cry and go and smoke. No, that's the time to sit down and let that pressure let that process refine you, so that the next decision that you can make, that decision will be a good decision, will be better than what you put up with. So the thing failed, yes, created a lot of disgrace, a lot of shame for you, and that is the pressure. Now you look at the pressure and solve it, so that you can become a better person, and you can have a better resource next time around. So don't let the pressure destroy you. Don't let the pressure destroy you. People's understanding of the pressure is that they think it's so painful and they don't want the pain. Nobody wants the pain, but the pain refines you. Nobody. I don't want the pain. I don't want pain. No, I don't want pain. I don't want the pain of the loss of anything that I have lost. I don't want it. But did it teach me some lesson? Did it get me to think rightly? Yes, it did. And so I'm a bit more wiser now. Did I have to go through that process? I don't know. Maybe not. But I'm a bit wiser now because of the errors that came and the pressure that came and the pressure that I endure. So now I can get better perspective. And am I saying that I will not get again? No. They will come. They will come. And when they come, then you get to understand that it's part of life. So don't turn the pressure moment to destroy your life. And don't take the pressure to your children or to your wife or to your husband. Enjoy it. Change it. Improve it. Let the family become better because of that pressure. Let the finances become better because of that pressure. Let the business become better. Let the business partnership grow better because of the oppositions that you endure. And all great people who have ever put up with anything, who you look up to and you say that I'm very impressed, this man is my role model, this man is my mentor. Ask them, they endured a lot of pressure. They endured that, and they condition themselves that every time they want to go to the next step, there will be difficult moments, there will be challenges, there will be problems. So build your confidence. You need that. Don't lose it in times of trouble. Keep your calm, keep your composure. The story improves when you decide to improve it. And the pressure, condition yourself, is part of life. It's part of life. And a lot, maybe 99% of the things that we call pressure are not meant to destroy us. They are never meant. I am of that conviction. At that point of the pressure, you think that you can endure it, but they are never meant to destroy you. They are only meant to bring the best out of you. And so at that point, would you be able to think like that? In the middle of the pain, in the middle of the difficulties, in the middle of the challenges, I am not sure you'll be able to look at it. But maybe the next day, you will start to see it. They fired you from the job. So painful. You probably was one of their best people, and you least expected that they will fire you. You work with your heart. You were there for them every day. You probably were part of the people that they started the business with. They gave you a lot of promise and everything, and they fired you. Very tough moment, very difficult moment. You least expected that. But it's supposed to make you a better person. In as much as that painful, that pressure is, the same process may be that process that you needed to build a business. Maybe that process that you needed to get the other job that you will be so much happy with. Maybe that process you needed to become that better person. You know, so in the middle of it, nobody wants it. I don't want it. No, you don't want it. But with time, you see that pressure was responsible for a lot of the results that you're enjoying now, a lot of the victories that you're enjoying now. And the devil may not be the reason why they fired you. Just part of life. So don't blame a lot of things on demons and on the devil and trying to chase a lot of people for them to pray for the problem to go away. One of the reasons why they have a lot of people following all these people who are trying to tell them that God is, you know, people, there are a lot of people who call themselves preachers and stuff like that. It's because people think that they cannot deal with the pressure. That's why they chase them. And so now that pressure is a commodity. They trade with it. You know, it's a commodity. It's now a market for a lot of people. Problems, the people's misunderstanding of what they call pressure problems, is now advantage for the so-called people who can pray for you for the problems to go away. You know, so you go to most of these churches, so to say, and people want to pray their pressure away. They want to pray their problems away. That's a lie. It's just a commodity for some people to take. So that's why when they say that come for, you know, they take money before they pray for you. They do all kind of things. You go to the malam, they do all kind of things to pray for you. Why? Because it's a commodity. They can create that sense. Sometimes there's not even pressure, and they can create that for you so that you continue to depend on them, and you lose your humanity, you lose your confidence, you lose your composure if you let the pressure take over you. And that's why you start to run away, run to everybody for solution. And that's why the young girl would want to sleep with that guy before he gets a result with the job. You don't need that. Don't overestimate the problem, the pressure. Said that you are ready to compromise on every sanity to do away with the pressure, because the pressure is meant to build you, it's meant to build you, it's meant to make you a better person. So when you shorten the process, you are back to square one. You may have the position, the possession, just for a while you lose it. You know, so nobody is building a big business just because somebody prayed for them. You are building big business because you can take pressure. A wonderful family wonderful marriage just because somebody prayed for you. No. You are having it because you learn, you condition your mind, you develop the skill. If you have wonderful friendship, it's not just because you prayed for it, no. Because you learned it. You built the skill for it. And that's the essence of wisdom and understanding and knowledge. That's what they say somewhere, that the people perish because of lack of knowledge. And that's why they say that knowledge is power. It's power. You know, knowledge is power. And so they control you with your situation because you don't have the knowledge. You think that the pressure is to destroy you, and that lack of knowledge becomes the tool or the component or the commodity that man who is trying to tell you that problem you have is a spiritual something. That difficulty that you have in your business, you know, is a spiritual situation. So bring 1,000, bring 10,000, and you also take it and give it to him. Go and ask the people who have built billion dollar businesses, and you see the problems that they are even enduring now, that they are putting up now. Because growth comes with that, and that's why you need the understanding of structure. So if you're able to build structure, then you can have a better system to keep the pressure without it getting to you. You know, and one of the best structures is the mental structure that you have and the people that you have. So don't let anybody use your vulnerability, your difficult moments to control you. It's never meant like that. The tough moment is supposed to build you. It's supposed to make you a stronger person. So you are 35 years, you don't have a husband now, you are going everywhere looking for a husband. No, become a better person. Use that to develop yourself. And that's why probably the other person is looking for, you know, better person. And so don't let somebody else just say that your grandmother somewhere is doing Africans. We complicate a lot of things which are very simple, because we don't want to endure the tough moment and to become better. So put up with the situation, solve the problems that you have, and don't run away from them. Put up with them, because not a lot of things are just a demon trying to go for you. It's just part to make you a better person. So your tough moments are not supposed to destroy you. Your tough moments are supposed to build the skills, they are supposed to equip you for you to become a better person, for you to become that person that can go to the next stage. So I have talked about problems, or you need the pressure. The pressure is the problems, the difficulty, the challenges. A lot of people want good life, but they don't want the pressure, and that is a fallacy. You know, there are natural tendencies where no matter what you do, the pressure will come. There are things that automatically pressure comes around with it. You know, if you want to refine the gold, there's fire. When you want to pass the exam, you have to endure the pain of you going to study long hours before you can pass the exam. If you want to become expert at anything, you have to put a lot, you have to exert a lot of pressure on you. You have to put in more so that you can pass, you can get the required results that you need. So the needed pressure is supposed to improve the results, it's supposed to improve you. And once you get improved, the pressure, the results improves. And every one of us, the pressure that comes at us is the pressure that we are supposed to endure to become better. A lot of the pressure that people say that I don't want pressure, is just laziness. Just laziness, because no pressure, really, the way I see it, is meant to destroy you or to kill you. Very few in a lifetime that you meet a situation that is just meant to destroy and kill you. A lot of the times they are just supposed to push you to become a better person. You know, so the pressure to build people up, the pressure is supposed to build people up and not really to destroy them. And so when in the middle of any problem, whether it's personal, whether it's business, whether it's marriage, whatever it is, it's not meant to destroy you. It's just meant to upgrade your skill for you to become a better person and solve the problems. And that's why you get results. That's why you get results. You don't get results just by staying at one stage. You get results by the pressure. And once they put the pressure on you, you move. And once you move, you see that you start to see that you are getting better and you get growth. So you don't stay stagnant. The moment you stay stagnant, you are going to die. Life, nothing is constant. It's either you are growing or you are diminishing. You don't stay in the middle. So the pressure is the separator. And once you're growing, it means you're becoming better. So the pressure to destroy you usually is not much. They are very few. Humans don't like pressure. They don't like difficulties. They don't like tough moments. The pressure is needed. You need the difficulties. What you call difficulties is just another term for responsibility. You know, this is just another term for the responsibility. So if you have one child and you get 3, you have got to increase the responsibility, and that becomes pressure. Now you are picking that child from school. Now you have to pick one here, one here, one here if they are not in the same school, and that exerts a lot of stress on your time, on your resources. You know, because you're going to pay school fees and all that. But now you have 3 people in addition to maybe the one, or you have 2 more people in addition to what you had. You enjoy their individuality, you enjoy their company, but it comes with a lot of responsibility. So the same. Before, maybe your business is just 1 office. Now you have 3 offices. You have grown, but it means that you cannot just enjoy the old lifestyle. Now you have to do more to make sure that the business grows. So it's a belief system. If you condition yourself to believe that any challenge that you meet is demonic, is satanic, then you will not take advantage of the skill that you have to develop to become better. For instance, some people believe that Africa is scarce. That settles it. If you believe that Africa is scarce, then why should we become better to solve our problems? Because after all, we are cursed. Africa is not cursed. Africa only needs better skill, better knowledge, better understanding of doing things and handling our things, better understanding of ourselves, better understanding of the environment, better understanding of our asset, of our liabilities, of the things that we need to do, and be conscious that the difficulties that we meet as a continent is not supposed to destroy us, it's supposed to get the best out of us. So if you go with the premise that, oh, there's something somewhere responsible for these people's difficulty, and that thing is beyond the realms of man, then there's no way we can solve it. You know, but I believe that a lot of things that we solve on this earth they are things that are within our control. And so it's a myth to believe that life will get better without the pressure that comes with it. So if you're looking for comfort, you are the one who will not go for the challenge. Don't ever think that you become better. Life is possible. Better life is possible when you have the conviction to pursue it. And so what people call pressure is really not pressure, it's just call to duty, call to responsibility. And lazy people run away from pressure, and yet they want to get better, and it doesn't work. The other forms of laziness will be when they try to go to praying in church for 4 hours, 5 hours, 20 hours for God to solve the things that they have to solve. If you have money problems, it's not God who's supposed to give you. You have to solve it. If you have a relationship problem, it's not God, it's you. He's equipped you. If he wanted to solve it for you, then why would he give you the Bible? Because you read the Bible to get wisdom, so that you can think like him. You know? So it's more of a knowledge and skill problem than just something that you have to pray away. And so gold goes through refinery process to become pure gold. So when you are going through your refinery or your refining process, don't give up. You become organized, you become honest, you become a better person with better perspective of life because of the pressure that you put up with. Alright, so the material that is not supposed to endure that pressure, that material will not get in that stage in the first place. So the best of life is you understanding that you're always equipped for the next stage, and you're not the one who runs away from the challenge. If you run away from the challenges, you will never become better. So equip yourself and get better. The difficulty, you can explain it. So the pressure is not a bad thing at all, especially the one that is just supposed to get the best out of you. It's not meant to destroy you, it's meant to get you the best. So when you are in your tough moment, think ahead. Think of the victory that will come. Think of the successes that will come. Keep your emotions in touch. When you are in a very tough situation, don't kill yourself. Don't give up on your dream, because you have endured some before. Keep collected. Don't become hysterical. Look at what you have endured, and look at the better days that are to come. Difficult moments are not to destroy you, and separate the difficult moments from the marriage, from the children, and deal with them as well. Deal with them as you are. Don't take the pressure to your children, to your relationship. Deal with them and build your confidence. Keep your composure. The story will improve if you commit to improving it. And don't let any human use your challenges, your pressure, to take advantage of you. Don't ever. Keep your dignity. If you have problems, solve them. Talk to people, but don't let anybody make your situation so special so much special that they would just use it to control everything that you have. The moment you tell people about the difficulties that you have in your family, in your business, now they want to take possession of everything that you have. They want to tell you what to do, where to go, where not to go. Don't do that, because the pressure is supposed to make you a better person. If you let another person handle that, you will never become a better person. You will never become, and you will lose that which you have even built, because you need the skill to go to the next stage. The skill that the pressure brought. So think of pressure differently. It's not bad of life at all. So any difficulty that you have, whatever it is, you got there because you did not have that skill to handle it. And that is what the pressure is responsible for. So once you get the skill, you can get to the best stage and the next stage and the next stage and the next stage. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Kwabena. See you another day. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.